Doggies fans, all things Bulldogs. So a quick summary of last week's game, the lead up into the Sharks game. TPJ's been dropped. So let's talk about it. Mick Potter summarised it very, very well, so I don't need to speak too much. The boys tried. I watched the game again. They were all chasing. There's some big efforts from Adokar in defence, which people missed completely. The commentators missed it. Forced a couple of errors, just chasing hard out of dummy. There's some times where he tried too hard, left his wing, or left him short. So the communication needs to be worked on. That's one thing. That's where Averillo can improve his communication with the defensive structures. The wingers had their back turned a couple of times in defence with players coming at them. That shouldn't happen. The big thing, and it's been happening in numerous games where teams have been scoring on the fifth tackle, whether it's from a kick or from a slow play the ball. When we've looked pretty good in defence, we've shut them down. It's one thing to concede when you're retreating and you're under fatigue, but when you're managing every sort of set in defence and those it gets to fifth tackle or there's a stoppage and it's a slow play the ball and they score, happens way too often to us. So that's an area that if you go back and watch the games and you love the footy, you just want to watch and see where we've done well and when we can do better. That's one area. There's been a lot of good work done on our play the balls and winning the play the ball in attack, which is giving our team space and having a bit more giving the defence more choices to make when it comes to our attack. But when it's off slow play the balls, we really struggle to score, and that's the problem. We're letting teams score when they're doing the same. So we've got to fix that part. If we can fix that part, we'll go a lot better next year. So, moving into the Cronulla game, going to be another tough game. They're ready for finals. They're confident and they will no doubt believe they are going to bully the Dogs. And it's hard to see anything but a loss for us this weekend. Based on what I've seen of the Sharks and of the Dogs. If we both play to our best, we don't win. They've got a good side, a lot of experience and a good New South Wales Cup team. They're doing well. And that brings us to New South Wales Cup. Their feeder club Newtown is running first. And they will play, so they're playing to win the minor premiership. They may have already won it, I'm not sure. But I think Penrith can still get it from them. I need to look at the ladder with that, but they're playing for a minor premiership if they haven't already got it, and we're playing to finish third so that we can play in that. So we've got 2 bites of the cherry. So, yeah, so it's going to be a really good game. And Tevita's been dropped back to that side. So there's 2 things with Tevita Pangai Jr. I think he's struggling a bit with form and fitness. He's had some really good games this year. He's a good player to have at the club. He's a player that helps attract other players as well because everyone knows his potential. And if you're a young player wanting to come to a team, you'd rather come to a side that's got a dominating forward pack. Tevita, I'm not going to criticise him. Just had a child and all that sort of stuff. No excuses. Hopefully the New South Wales Cup side see what, hopefully he goes back and he does a really good job and leads from the front and they all lift from that. Hopefully it doesn't go the other way where they rely on him. If he can add to what they've been doing and lift them, I think they're ready to make a big statement here this weekend against Newtown. If they can beat Newtown, it'll give them a lot of confidence to win the New South Wales Cup and hopefully be there on grand final day. Lots to happen between now and then, but it's great to see the Dogs have. It'd be great to have the Dogs representing New South Wales in the Interstate Cup on Grand Final day. So that's the talk with that. Tevita is a very handy player, a very good player, and I think with the pre-season under Serraldo, and having Mick Potter there in the coaching squad, which is also looking likely. He said there's a position there, he's not sure what it looks like, but he's got a position if he wants it under Cameron Serraldo. So that's fantastic. Whether he's running water or it doesn't really matter. Mick Potter can give really good messages to the guys. He's pretty calm and he keeps it pretty simple. And those type of coaches are worth their weight in gold to an organisation. And we've seen that. So yeah, all things looking good. Franklin Pele will probably play in the New South Wales Cup for Newtown. So it'll be interesting to see his clash with Tevita. He's a big boy, Franklin, and he scored a magnificent try on the weekend. You know, and a player like that, maybe he comes to the Dogs and becomes a cold hero like Cassiano. That's what we want to see, and he's going to have that opportunity. Serraldo's got a lot of work to do with the Bulldogs forwards to get us. You know, you can talk about Penrith all you want. The reason the Penrith are a force is because their forward pack do some pretty amazing stuff. And players like Kickout, they on their edges work really, really hard. Now, you look at Kickout and Martin, they miss a lot of tackles, and people may look at their stats, and because they play fantasy league and all that sort of stuff, they see all the stats and they go, and you see even from their own fans, they put shit on those two players. They run out and they put hits on teams, right, and force them into errors. Now, they might miss a tackle, but there'll be 2 or 3 other people there, right? So it's all about intimidation, and the Dogs actually got a couple of good tries by exploiting them running out like that. But they put on so much pressure and they come so fast that they're going to miss some tackles. That's just the nature of it. But it's all part of their defensive structure. And they make some big tackles as well, them guys. So Serraldo is a part of that sort of defence. So we need to stop looking at stats and start looking at the game and how it's played and what happens. Interesting, it seems there's 3 spots left. If Davey and Pele come to the side, there's 3 spots left in the top 30. It's going to come down to the wire. I'm not sure who they're going to pick. I think Tapine. I had a lot of players I wanted them to pick. You got Tapine, you got Casey, Toya. Someone said that Toya will be here for a couple of years, so if he's on a sort of lower development contract or something like that, Josh Stuckey's turn to step up soon. You know, there's some good young players there, and hopefully we get to see a lot of them over the coming weeks in the finals for New South Wales Cup, and hopefully they make that grand final and can win that and play on grand final day in the Interstate Challenge. It's what we're looking forward to. Manly coming up in the final round. I think that's going to be a high-scoring game, and it's going to be an entertaining game. And hopefully the Dogs have over 20,000 fans there cheering on the boys to get us another win for the end of the season. We won't be winning the wooden spoon unless we keep conceding 40 points in the next 2 games and not scoring any. And the other teams below us win both their games. And win them well. But that's very, very unlikely to happen. I think we will beat Manly. Well, I hope we do anyway. Anyway, guys, thanks for your support. Over 200 subscribers now. It's getting near the end of the season, and it's been really good fun. So thanks for everything.